Hey, what's happening, everybody? What's going on? Today we're checking out this game called Hell Warders. I've never heard of this game before until I seen it on the Switch eShop, Nintendo eShop, right? So it's $15. I like the premise of the game. It's a cool idea. So essentially, what it is kind of an action RPG-ish tower defense, essentially. So as you can see here, you run around in third person. This is how the entire game is played. You have a specific point on each map that you have to protect, and in between waves of enemies, you have an opportunity to put down your defensive units on that map wherever you see fit. For each map, you have a limited number of units you're allowed to put out. Also, just like that right there, you see you collect orbs on the ground, which kind of serve as a currency to purchase the units to set them out. Excuse me. Good thing about that is that you normally have more currency than you can even spend. So it's nice in between rounds, as I say, in between waves of enemies, you can set up your defensive units as you see fit. What you see and what you're seeing happening right now is a little bit chaos, a little bit of chaos, simply because my defenses have been broken down, and then I have the opportunity to set out new defensive units. But you have to set out those defensive units in the midst of the action. So it's very chaotic. It can be almost probably too chaotic at certain points. Really, I do like the gameplay itself. At its core, it's really fun, man. The art style is great. I dig the art style a lot. That really ends where it's positive at. I don't know if it was. So I had fun to a degree. Okay. So we have some of the problems are we have stiff animation of the main character that you kind of move around. He moves. Your character moves stiff. Um, the graphics could be. I know it's only a $15 game, right? But I know the graphics could be at least a little bit better, guys. Just a little bit more going on. But because it's a $15 game, I can look past the not so beautiful graphics and the somewhat crappy animations here and there. I can get past all of that without any problem because I like the chaos in the game. It's very cool. Um, what really crashes this game and what really stops this game from being what it could be, which is sweet. But what it is frustrating because of the frame rate. I personally experience every time the screen gets filled with people, with enemies, and things going on. You're moving in its extreme choppiness. It's like it's horrible. You can see it feels like you can see the individual frames going by. So when you really need a buttery smooth motion with some precision on your aiming in the midst of the battle, you're trying to lay down new defensive units, you're trying to defend yourself by attacking, and it's not possible. It doesn't really work out that well because of the choppiness. Now, I didn't experience frame rate drop every time the screen was filled with enemies. There were times that it did run buttery smooth, and there were times where there was literally nothing going on, like what you see here now. There's nothing going on, and I experienced an extreme chop. So it was frustrating to say the least, right? Another situation or another problem that I experienced, and I have not heard of anyone else experiencing this, but what I experienced many times through during my time with this game was my character wanted to strafe either left or right, seemingly random, and just out of nowhere it wanted to start strafing left or right, whatever I may be trying to do, saying like I'm right here, I'm trying to set down units. Sometimes it would try to start strafing to the left or to the right, whatever it may be. Right here I'm aiming, yes, he starts strafing up. I have to readjust, I have to go back. Okay, see, so it doesn't happen that much, but it can be frustrating nonetheless, right? This game, if it had a little more polish, if it was maybe optimized better, I'm not a developer, so I don't know what they would have to do to make this game run better. I'm positive the Switch can handle it. Another thing is that I found out later on was that from some people they had the same issue on their PC while playing this game. So if they can fix it, they can. I think that they can have a great game on their hands here for an extremely budgeted price. But or I should say, the question is, do I recommend this game for $15? I think that the answer has to be no. And it's simply because, it's truly because of the frame rate drop, because of the extreme choppiness when things get to be intense on screen and you need to be able to get into the action, you need to continue motion, you need to continue the flow. It breaks it up. It tears it up. You can't enjoy it. It's more frustration than anything. So for me, this game is a no-go, which is truly a damn shame because, like I said, even though the graphics are not that great, the game could have been something special. Especially for $15, they could have made a killing off of this if they just had it run properly. All right, guys, great game idea, terrible execution. Check you guys in the next one.